Comenzamos con el juego, comenzamos con el directo. Bienvenidos a todos, otra vez, al directito de ciscoverygame. Vamos a darle caña al Genshin Impact y vamos a viciarnos un montón. Vamos a hacernos la misión principal del Arconte, porque lo necesitamos hacer sí o sí. Vale, esto recuerdo que teníamos que subir hasta arriba del todo. Muchísimas gracias Iron McDuck por ese maravilloso follow. Bienvenido a la pequeña familia de jugadores que estamos formando poquito a poco. Hecho que me caigo. Vale, dicho esto, vamos a hacernos la misión principal, misión de Arconte, y nos vamos para Inazuma de una maldita vez. A ver si poco a poco me pongo al día con todo, con Genshin Impact, porque os digo de verdad que es que estoy un poco... me mosquea no poder avanzar o hacer ciertos eventos porque voy atrasado con la historia. Y entonces me da rabia, entonces vamos a muerte, vamos a muerte a darle caña. Vamos a ver qué me dice mi pirata favorito, Beidu. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde estás? Beidu. Aquí arriba. Vamos a ver. Al lío.
You finally made it.
Ojo al parche. Bueno.
All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it weren't... Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. Well, now we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
La nación de la eternidad. Lever anclas, vámonos. Ué. ¿Cinemática? ¿Hay cinemática? Dime que sí, ¿eh? Quito la cámara, ¿vale? Para que se vea un poquito la cinemática bien, ¿vale? ¡Ojo! ¡Kazuha! Es que luego para sacar las imágenes previas para el canal es un cachondeo, ¿sabes? Entonces prefiero quitar la cámara. Así pruebo un poquito el Stream Deck, lo de quitar la cámara, que queda guay. Es una funcionalidad nueva que le he metido al Stream Deck, no es otra cosa, es una tontería. Pero a mí me ha hecho ilusión. Vale. Más cinemática. Ojo, todo esto Inazuma ya, ¿eh? Uy, estoy nervioso. Nueva región. Y nueva zona que explorar, ¿eh? Estos son cofres nuevos, protogemas nuevas, objetos nuevos. Ojo, ¿y este quién carajos es?
Oh, hey there.
Ojo, ojo. Aquí ya podemos poner la cámara.
You sure kept me waiting, Captain.
Toma. O Zoma.
And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps...
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been...
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems
¿En serio? Ya me conoces hasta fuera de Liyue y fuera de... ¿Cómo se dice? Y de Mostar también, tío. Los rumores de mis hazañas han sido exagerados. Me gusta esta opción.
With any luck, it'll give you a head. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on
Ojo, ojo. No me tomes el pelo, Zoma.
I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails...
Oh, right.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all. no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain Beto.
Venga. Hasta luego, Baidu. Venga, chao, chao, chao. Vámonos.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the...
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku decree. You wouldn't be... So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Qué nervios. Vale. Avanzamos, ¿no? Venga. Debería estar investigando un poquito esto, pero yo creo que lo vamos a hacer un poquito fuera de cámara. Uy, ¿qué es esto? Calabaza. Calabaza. No, calabanda, calabanda. Ojo, ojo, ojo. ¿Puedo pescar aquí? ¿Qué cojones? Sí puedo pescar. Bueno, 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 bueno. Vale, antes de continuar. Un diario. Ojo. Vale. A ver.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. You must be new here. Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you.
Vinimos a buscar a mi hermana. Vinimos a comerciar con vino y minerales. Estoy por decirle esto, tío. Lo de que vinimos a por mi hermana.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, unless you... My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are the entry papers for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time.
I just wanted to see what...
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order.
So,
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, then...
sheesh. So it is super...
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma, with this, not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling. Now, let's head over to the Outlander.
Venga, vamos al buró.
Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
A Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing
Vale,
the
esto
nation's
es lo que
wealth.
necesito, tío.
You really haven't heard of it before?
Vale, tenemos ya un punto de transporte desbloqueado. Necesito un poco limpiar el mapa, por lo menos... Que se vea el mapa, tío. Es que ahora mismo ando un poco medio perdido. Ojo, ¿esto qué es? ¿Qué hay aquí? Ah, vale, una menta de estas, ¿no? Vale. Hola, ¿qué tal?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you...
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million more.
¡Hostia puta! 2 millones de moras, pero tú estás borracha. ¿Qué te pasa?
2 million? For a processing fee?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 more total.
Pero escúchame, de 2 millones a 400.000 hay un buen trecho, ¿eh?
Thank you ever so much. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too.
That's not how you haggle. By all means, bargain.
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma.
Much
Joder, lo ha aceptado demasiado rápido, lo de 600. Es que, escúchame, 2 millones de 400.000 y ahora a 600. Pero vamos, vamos. ¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha pasado aquí?
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. Processing, the way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question of how much. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth.
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, the most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came up.
So it's a trade association built by and...
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Madre mía.
Like just staying alive isn't achieved.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlander, after all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma.
La Shogun Raiden.
She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun? Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you.
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but connections come at a high price. You understand?
Not you.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking... In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association, recently things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine.
Vaya, que me va a hacer currar el cabrón. Vale. Vale, entonces... A ver. O sea, me dice que vaya a la Cámara de Comercio. Pero... 25... O sea, a ver. La Cámara de Comercio que está aquí. ¿Es esto de aquí? Bueno, tiene pinta de que sea esto, ¿no? Sí. Tiene pinta.
Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association.
¿En serio?
The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose. Good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties.
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity. No. What's really squeezing us out, those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees that.
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes.
Crystal marrow.
Médula cristalizada. ¿Qué carajos es eso, tío?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to... So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock.
Isn't there...
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens... We've tried but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar of thunder. Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you and...
Sounds awful. Here, what do you think we should do? But Carice's the head of the association, and even he hasn't had...
Right, and besides...
Okay, well, we could try tackling the...
that vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we...
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association... If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential district.
Got it. We're on the case.
Vámonos. Vamos. Vamos. Vale, tenemos que ir para allá, ¿no?
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals?
¿No me reconoces? Soy intermediario de por aquí.
So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my trade secret, got it? You know what trade and secret...
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable. Not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place. And they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't...
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's...
Pues vamos a regresar con Zoma. Muy buenas, God. Ero. Nah, yo no, o sea, tengo que... Piensa que me gustaría que esto estuviera registrado bien. O sea, si lo pongo todo así, saltando la cinematográfica, pues... ¿Qué gracia tiene? Entonces no te enteras tampoco de la historia.
That was quick.
Actually, we're having a little...
Oh? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up... The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the
So he left the association?
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount...
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way...
Ojo, vamos para allá, ¿eh? Vamos a decirle dos o tres cosas al Werner este.
Wouldn't gliding be
Vamos a decir,
faster?
tú, paisano, te me relajas con los precios. O te me relajas diciéndome las cosas. Uy. Plan. Va.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you.
Espérate, es que estas son dos cosas propias de Monster, que es relacionado con el tema de la libertad y el tema de del viento, ¿no? El viento me guió de vuelta a ti. Tiempo libre, podría decirse que es una forma de libertad. Hostia, ¿cuál de las dos? Me voy a decir el segundo, tío. El segundo mola un montón.
Where's this coming from?
Un vino de diente de león sería un deleite en un día como este. No estaría mal una serenata de un bardo en estos momentos. ¡Ostras! ¡Ostras! ¿Cuál digo, tío? Un vino de diente de león sería un deleite en un día como este. Yo voy a decir que esto es muy típico de Mondstadt. También está que el bardo es Venti, malamente dicho. Así que voy a decir este.
Mondstadt? You were talking about...
Sep. ¿Qué le damos? Ah, que... O sea, tengo que seleccionar... Hostia, ya ves. Entregar. Tengo 300 de esto, tío. Madre mía.
Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last... the scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back.
Que el arconte Anemo te proteja. Que el arconte Anemo te proteja. Pues yo creo que voy a decir esta.
Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom.
El hogar de la
How I
libertad.
long to go back and visit.
Madre mía.
It's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a
Casi,
lyre, are
casi,
you?
casi.
I know what you're up to.
Casi, casi,
Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean?
Chop suey, barato y delicioso. Pez tigre a la parrilla. Aproveche que está caliente. ¿Pero esto qué coño es, tío? Sí, sí, creo que te acabo de ver que me acabas de seguir. Acabo de verlo. Chop suey, barato y delicioso. Yo creo que voy a decir esto de pez tigre a la parrilla.
Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the
Que la llamas de
waves.
conocimiento y
The
diversión.
calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does...
Leah.
Madre mía, espérate que le voy a dar. Esto. Venga.
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just... Don't you think I've wanted to talk things?
Well, no one stopped.
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises. All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
Vale. Un segundillo, God. Voy a revisar, que me dices aquí que revise Instagram. Vale, Instagram del ciscoverygame, ¿no? Pues venga, vamos a ver qué pasa. ¿Qué pasa? Sí, veo que me acabas de seguir, ¿no? Por lo que estoy viendo. Pero mensaje como tal. Ah, sí, tengo aquí un mensajito. Vale, vale. Lo acabo de ver. Qué grande. Qué grande. Lo dicho, vamos a continuar. Hay que continuar, hay que hacer cosillas. Qué grande.
You ready to talk now?
Ven a tomar una copa con tus amigos de la cabra.
But I betrayed them. I can't show...
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now so come on, get it off your chest.
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stock. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price.
It's plain evil gouging.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. Evidence? Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always, as it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago.
Really? Well, then there's no...
Vale, es que... No es que hable muy rápido. O sea, el tema de que no dejes terminar las conversaciones es debido a porque leo rápido. Entonces, a la hora de leer rápido, paso al siguiente diálogo. Entonces, como que no dejo de esperar a que terminen de hablar porque El problema que tiene esto es que es muy lento. Entonces no me interesa que sea tan lento. Por eso a lo mejor piensas o ves que da la sensación de que hablan muy rápido. Y no, es que soy yo adelantando los diálogos debido a eso. Que por cierto, este sitio, ¿qué les pasa, tío, con el tema del dinero? Ojo.
Keijiro, it's him.
¡Tras él! ¡A por él, chicos! Sigue sin que te descubran, ¿vale? O sea, tengo que esperar a que avance, ¿no? Venga. Vale, no me cuentes historia. Que estoy persiguiendo a un tío.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
Too close. That's too close.
Tío.
Further and further away. Let's catch up a little. It's getting further and further away. Let's catch up a little.
Now, who else is behind?
Vale. Qué susto, tío. Uf.
He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
O sea, espérate, ¿que lo tengo que hacer de nuevo? Lo he hecho mal.
Keijiro, it's him.
Ah, lo he hecho mal. Pues ya está. Voy a dejar que avance un montón y ya está.
He's getting further and further away. Let's catch up a little.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away.
What was that sound?
No tan cerca.
Quiet. Don't let him find us.
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
Tampoco quiero acercarme demasiado, tío.
He's getting further and further away.
Que sí. Hija, que ya llego. No te preocupes, no te rayes. Bien. Vamos.
What could he be doing at a place?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Whoa, it's boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Qué cabrona. Y que si encontráramos Mora tendríamos que dar solo a la Cámara de Comercio.
Let me take a look here. Aha, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete...
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Carissa. Huh?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association.
Huh. Poor Werner is a pretty...
A ver, no es raro. Tú piensas que si ha habido problemas con una persona, lo mínimo es esperar un tiempo a que se calmen las cosas. Si encima ahora va y viene de buenas a primeras, hola, he vuelto, ¿sabes? Pues, no sé, llámame loco, pero es una situación bastante incómoda. Que Paimon no se entera ni... Es que no se entera Paimon, pobretica. Ojo. Follón, aquí hay follón.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for...
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new...
It just so happens little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal.
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us.
Well, you
Let me take a look at the ledger.
Joder, verás tú verás tú la revolución que voy a hacer aquí,
Well,
¿sabes?
would you look at that. Every payment the So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to.
So you think you can use this against me, do you?
Word has it that samurai and the commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I.
Huh? Is that a threat?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an.
Well, even if what you say is true,
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession. Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike.
Is that it?
do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden?
And not even an ounce of.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Oh, es que hay que ser muy cabrón, ¿eh?
Come on, Harrison.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
Ojo.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a
helping hand. The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that, Hera.
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioner's name. You outlanders have no Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at.
Uh-oh. This is going in.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for that?
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind?
Ha! You never heard of the fixer?
Contexto, Paimon, contexto. Por favor, ¿eh?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro...
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady...
Ojo. Ojo. Ojo, un abanico. Esto es un abanico.
...of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan. The Shiras... I don't need any trouble with her. Oh,
But, Chief!
enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and...
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the...
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's... if nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru... Shh, not here. Too many people listening.
Pero, ¿este tío qué esconde, tío? ¿Qué esconde? ¿Qué es lo que me oculta? ¿Qué me está ocultando?
Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to... Straight to the point. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
¿A qué me suena esto del Kamisato?
You've been keeping your true identity as... So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing...
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shira...
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given the
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato. Despite the fact that he's the current head, I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal. You're asking the right questions. And to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island.
Still pretty good going for
Joder, en un solo mes ya ha hecho 1000 millones de
maybe I
cosas.
have a
Qué crack.
slight knack for schmoozery. But the main thing was, Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of... So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking that you have what it takes to change the tide of the...
Change the tide of the
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree...
Ojo, nunca me ofrecí a ayudar. Me niego.
That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources were... Yes, of course. I completely understand it.
Toma sure didn't put a...
Well, my work on Rito is done. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, good luck with everything.
Pues nada. Pues ok.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should get going. Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Wait, so... Did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Komuriti! Well, guess we should give it a try.
Me encanta Paimon. A su rollo, ¿eh? Ella va a su rollo. Vale, tenemos esto, tenemos protogemas y libros. Ah, vale. Seguimos. Podemos seguir, podemos continuar. Vale.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Me imagino que esta es la frontera, ¿no? De la ciudad.
Stop there. Present your travel.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are the...
As expected. Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the con? Guess it can't hurt to try. Even if Paimon has a... Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Vale, puedo...
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No
We're here to see,
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be...
Wait.
¿Y este quién es?
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
No hace falta que le dé un trato habitual. O sea, ¿esta gente qué les pasa, tío?
Did you get all that?
My sincere apology.
¿Qué les pasa a esta gente? Que si el dinero, que si las reglas. Un poquito de respiro, por favor.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan. It's an honor to meet you both.
Para mí también es un honor conocerlo. ¿Qué tal? Muy buenas, Mario. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Kanjo y el jefe de clan Hiragi. Es un honor conocerlos a ambos.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and see you...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide.
So what you're saying?
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of storm terrors?
Exactly!
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even...
Whoa! You heard about that too? Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you visit us.
Pues muy bien, Mario, la verdad, muy bien. No me puedo quejar del día de hoy. Sí es cierto que lo único que me puedo quejar es que no he podido hacer hoy nada de ejercicio. El único malo del día de hoy. Pero por el resto del día, bien, genial. ¿Y tú qué tal? ¿Cómo te va todo? ¿Cómo te ha ido el día?
One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people.
Oh, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Hora de volver a hacer algunos recados. No es por presumir, pero soy bueno en esto. Voy a elegir este, pero ya.
Excellent. Well then.
Me alegro un montón, Mario. Al menos has tenido el día tranquilo. No has tenido ningún tipo de movida rara ni nada. O sea, eso siempre está bien.
You must know the Qingxian. A flower grows on the mountain.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before. So...
Yes, bring me 300 Qingxian, would you? Freshly picked, I mean.
Flores Ching.
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Cuando termine ya no estarán frescas.
Too much. Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering.
That sounds much more like...
709 letters to be precise.
Pero vamos a ver, a esa gente, de verdad, ¿qué carajos les pasa? Piden números desorbitantes. Ah, es verdad, me dijiste que lo de la nota del examen, en general, todos los de tu clase tuvieron buena nota, ¿no? Al final, ¿qué nota sacaste? Por saber, por curiosidad.
Hey, what gives?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that?
Uy. Ojo, un 7,5. Nada mal, Nada mal. Mis más sinceras enhorabuena, Mario, de verdad.
Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long.
You're seriously considering taking this
Ojo.
job? The terms
Ojo.
are ridiculous.
Ojo, dime que puedo subir. ¿Puedo subir?
Let's play.
Necesito subir otra vez, tío. Fuck. ¿Algún sitio entre comillas fácil de subir? ¡No! Me he caído. No puede ser real.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Vale, si tiro por aquí. No.
Yahoo!
Ojo, vale. Tenemos mapa, Tenemos mapa. Vamos a por el mapa porque es que me estoy poniendo nervioso ya. Oh, maravilloso. Maravilloso. Ah, nada más que hay uno. Ah, pues entonces guay. Oh, ah, no. Me he venido demasiado arriba. Hay un montón. Madre mía. Me quiero morir del asco. Vale. Estatua de los 7. Hacer ofrenda. Bendición de la estatua. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Bendición de la estatua? Poder regenerativo. En combate, en reserva. Estoy nada de lo mismo, ¿verdad? Vale, quiero ver si puedo llegar hasta allá arriba. ¿Podré llegar? ¿Llego o no llego? Yo creo que llego, ¿no? ¡No! ¡Ay! Llego, menos mal. Electroculus perdido. Vale.
Halt, you two.
Vale. Ya lo veo venir. A ver.
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
A letter? Quick, let Paimon see.
Que estas palabras hablen por mí en mi ausencia. Lamento darle esta carta de forma tan abrupta. Espero que no le moleste. Es la primera vez que me invito a un forastero de tierras lejanas a través de una misiva. Sin embargo, creo que nuestro encuentro no fue una coincidencia. Por tanto, aprovechando que habrá una luna espléndida, espero que podamos encontrarnos. No se preocupe por mis custodios. Tengo un medio para escabullirme. Espero con ansia a su llegada. ¿Pero esto qué es una cita o cómo va la historia?
So this means she wants you to secretly... But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on, huh? Have you been up to something? Let's ask...
Venga, pues habrá que esperar esta noche, ¿no? Entiendo. Vale, entre las 6 y tal. ¿Y dónde tiene que ser? A la hora acordada. ¿Pero dónde? Vale, vamos a hacer una cosa. Vamos a adelantar un poco el tiempo, que está aquí. Hemos dicho entre las 6... Ahí mismo. La cosa está en que tengo que encontrar ahora el sitio. Ah, vale, para allá, para allá, para allá, para allá.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Ah, you finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. This is technically the second time we have met.
Wow. She's the daughter of the hero...
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments. And at last,
Pero bueno, ¿esto que es una admiradora secreta o una fan? Una fan.
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is, well,
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Punto suspensivo, me voy.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. Please,
Venga.
allow me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would... There is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are Outlanders. Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma...
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty obvious.
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very... They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so... We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just...
Vale.
Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border.
Vale, ahora somos mensajeros. Es lo que yo veo aquí ahora. Somos mensajeros. Pues ya está. Supuestamente tenemos que ir por aquí, ¿no?
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to...
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested.
Is there something wrong, lady?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional...
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort this shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to trouble yourself with such a...
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already asserted that this shipment...
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that, well, we don't know who...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me? Do you really presume that you can fully guarantee my safety?
Ojo,
on your
ojo,
own?
la influencia de ser la hija del papá, ¿eh?
Sato can talk the talk. They don't
La hija del comisionado. Cuidado, ¿eh?
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you...
Shinojo, you can't really...
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself.
It is our duty.
Yes, but that's not...
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdling will only...
Yes, my lady.
Venga, vamos. Venga. Bueno, así de esta manera recorro un poquito la zona, tío, porque es que no la conozco de nada. Ojo, cangrejos. Cangrejos.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it.
¿Cómo?
You can get away.
I got carried. I got have a little taste. Picked. I got carried. The wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject.
Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack.
A ver, por favor, eso.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
I got careless. Picked the wrong test subject.
Watch out! More monsters inbound.
Lady Hiraki, stay close.
Pero bueno, ¿y ese pedazo de bicho?
Think you can get away? Nice and spicy. Here we go. Wouldn't gliding be...
Fall before me.
Vale, hay que ver los movimientos de este bicho, ¿eh?
This isn't over.
Let's play. Right hand into the fire.
Take this. You win.
Vale. No me deja nada, ¿no? Fuck.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
Ojo, ¿y este zorrito? ¿Qué cojones?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road to Nara... In my letter, I've requested Kamachi to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission. Consider...
My lady.
So that's how it is.
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us. I'm sure of it. But...
I'm not afraid to say that he's the one I love.
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honest...
What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all. I would never in my...
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catch...
Yes, of course. As you wish, my...
But what will happen if you're
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food or...
Huh. Paimon never suspected a guy like...
I wish you a safe journey. I'm sure we will meet again.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
Estaba enamorado este. Este estaba enamorado de Chisato. Qué mal. Pobre tico. A ver, cuando se te rompe el corazón se nota. Entrega de insignia, electro, al cerezo sagrado. Vale. A ver.
We're finally on our own way again.
Vale, tenemos que ir entonces para allá, ¿no? A ver qué es lo que hay aquí, tío. Invocar. ¿Esto qué es? ¿Qué es esto? Invocar electrograma. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Que veo cosas nuevas, tío, y yo ya me pierdo. A ver. Esto era H, G. Venga, al G. A ver. Pero... O sea, G... Pero no me ha dicho nada nuevo. Ah, esto. Este rayo fenómeno es muy común en Inazuma, se llama rayo globular. Aquellos personajes que poseen el poder del electro o que reciben la protección de Inazuma pueden usarlo para moverse a la velocidad del rayo. Si los personajes que estén cerca del rayo globular llevan electrogranos, están afectados por el electro, podrán moverse a gran velocidad hacia él. Vale. Entonces, ¿eso qué ha querido decir exactamente? Porque me he perdido. Los 3 deseos. Ojo. Vale. Ve a casa del té tal. Vale. Pues vamos para allá. Vale. Ojo. ¿Cómo van tus aventuras? No me puedo quejar. No esperaba menos de ti. Sigue así y serás uno de los aventureros más grandes. Hablando de las aventuras, el gremio está actualmente buscando aventureros para explorar la isla Seirai. ¿Te interesa? ¿La isla Seirai? Sí, está al sur de la isla Narukami. Algunas partes de las islas son azotadas por constantes tempestades eléctricas que impiden que el gremio pueda realizar su trabajo. Enviamos a 2 aventureros, la señorita Heiko y el señor Taisuke. Están investigando la forma de calmar la tempestad, pero me temo que no han conseguido dar con ninguna pista. Si te interesa, puedes ir a la isla Seirai y echar un vistazo. Dicen que está repleta de tesoros escondidos. Pero debo añadir que debes tener cuidado cuando explores la isla. Después de todo, aún no hemos determinado la causa de las tempestades eléctricas. Yo te voy a decir cuál es la causa. Se llama Shogun Raiden. No la conozco, pero creo que van por ahí los tiros, ¿eh? Vamos por aquí, ¿no? Ahí está. Ay, por favor, no te líes.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid...
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation.
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means to say...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro...
Well, that sounds more like it.
Que joder, cómo te juzgan de buenas a primera, ¿eh? Te dice, eres forastero, fuera, largo. Tío, relax, please. Que vengo a hacer cosas, vengo a hacer negocios. Por favor.
Well, now that we're here, Paimon doesn't see him anywhere.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
Ojo, no me jodas.
What? Is that dog talking to it?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you...
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
All right. I've had my fun.
Vale.
Hey! You're this close to getting an up...
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when... But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that lip. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... Ah, so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping...
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but...
A la diosa omnipresente. O sea... Ojito, cuidado, ¿eh? Vale, tenemos que salir, ¿no? O sea... Vamos a tener que salir. ¡Ojo! Trozo cacho de estatua, ¿no? El arconte, ¿no? ¿Esta no es el arconte del rayo?
This area sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this...
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is as for Inazuma, it's known as the nation. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku Decree to limit the Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing this...
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato...
¿Ya empezamos con los flashbacks?
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look...
Sound? What sound? I didn't...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the god... That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Bueno.
Finally!
Vamos a la casa de Caminato. Esto está... A ver. ¡Hostias! Claro, no puedo llegar porque no tengo para teletransportarme. Lo que puedo hacer es... Vale, lo que puedo hacer es ir de aquí a aquí y de aquí a aquí. Sí. ¿Qué es esto? Gracias naturales del Kami. No sé ni lo que es. Pues lo dicho, vamos... ¿Qué es esto? ¿Esto qué es? Punto de invocación de rompeolas. No sé ni lo que es. O sea, me siento ahora mismo medio perdido. Vale, tenemos punto de teletransporte. Eso está súper bien.
gliding be faster?
Sí, es que sigo sin saber para qué son esos petas. Estas cosas de... ¿Esto de aquí qué es? ¿Para qué es? ¿Para qué sirve?
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
Hostia, que me caigo. Va, en teoría tengo que ir para allá. En teoría. En teoría. Vale. Puede ser que haya por aquí algún punto de teletransporte, como ese que estoy viendo allí, ¿sabes? Ya ves. Maravilloso es planear, leñe. ¡Bum! Me muero. ¿Te imaginas? ¿Te imaginas que me haya muerto ahí? Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. A ver. ¿Qué pasa aquí?
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be...
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep Oh,
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss... Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
Makes sense. She's a super important
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said.
No, please! Wait! Please... I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps when...
Ojo, 3 personas que han perdido su visión, ¿eh?
Who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster...
Correct. Please do all you can to help them.
I'm sure you'll...
Hombre, Mika, ¿qué pasa, tío? ¿Qué pasa? Viciado al Genshin Impact, tío. Me tengo que poner un poquito al día. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo lo llevas? Vamos a ver. Tenemos que ir... ¿A dónde tenemos que ir ahora? ¿Dónde tenemos que ir ahora? Menos mal que tengo los puntos de teletransporte, si no... Uf. Uf, todo el día andando para arriba y para abajo. Menos mal. A ver, tengo que hablar con... este, venga.
Let's see. Where's the person...
Why are you doing this?
What precisely? It's much too The children are desperate for you to take them out to play.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us.
Ah, con el New World, claro.
You must also be here to try and... Teijima has protected this place, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels. But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Teijima had done nothing wrong, and still they I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something that, truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right...
Seems like he's a well...
A ver, cuéntame, Tejima.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you... But if you can't Oh! Maybe if you just try to...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find a...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
Vale. O sea, tengo que buscar ahora un diario. Maravilloso. Coño, lo acabo de encontrar. Qué rapidez.
Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still... I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. Seems like your average dad. Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is... Now that's the kind of info we're looking for.
Pues venga, vamos a darle las cosas. A ver, había por aquí un texto de... Allá. A ver, ¿dónde está el pavo? Por aquí. El pavo. Vale, tenemos que ir al altar que está aquí. Vale.
So this is the omamori Teji... interesting. Looking at the color and the... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time...
Hombre, vamos a ver si sirve para algo. Ah, vale, que tengo que utilizar el de este, ¿no? Vale.
The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima Bear must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for...
¿Te imaginas? Ahora es una tumba. Muy bien, Mario. Muchísimas gracias por venir, como siempre.
A letter. The paper's gone yellow.
Sí.
Village. Sounds so familiar.
Vale, si llegamos a separarnos de esta guerra, espérame en la aldea Konda. Será un lugar seguro para los dos. Ojo.
So the reason Tejima came, but he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff.
Vale, y ahora tenemos que entregar esto a Nejima. Venga. A Nejima no, a Tejima.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. But I have still. It's clear that I was waiting for... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could... And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love? Regrets? No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, it's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if... Oh, I think... maybe not. Although... what if she were to turn up eventually? Oh, when I think about it like that... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't... I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your... That certainly explains the state. At least we were able to...
Joder, qué pena, la verdad.
According to Miss Kamisato,
De la dierna.
her vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Vale, tenemos que ir para allá, ¿no? Vale. Vale, necesito saber qué es lo que puedo hacer con esto del... Vale. Lo que estaba diciendo. Necesito saber con qué finalidad tiene la piedra esta nueva. La... Ah, no me sale el nombre, por Dios. ¿Cómo se llama el nombre, tío? ¿Cómo se llama el puñetero nombre de la piedra esta que estoy consiguiendo? Se llama la mineral... El trozo de amatista. El profesor puede sacar un auténtico valor. Recolecta... Vale, creo que intenté que esto será como también para forjar algo, ¿no? ¡Ojo! ¡Ojo! ¿Un nuevo enemigo? Nuevo enemigo, madre mía. ¡Ah! Vale. Vale. Claro, está diciendo... Es que no sé para qué son esos... las cosas esas que van flotando, ¿no? No tenía ni idea de qué era. Ah, ahora entiendo. Hace entiendo, filas de puta. Ah, no llego, vale. Vale. Vale, tengo que ir a por el otro. Que está... Tiene que estar por aquí, ¿no? Vale, ahí está.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining... But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's...
The entire clan is counting on that food. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about...
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We heard the commotion and came to...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency... In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be... He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
A ver, compañero, háblame.
I've never even heard of these emergencies. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was my own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said...
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree.
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
Huh. You see, but we better confirm. Let's go round up the... We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have...
Vale, tendré que utilizar la visión, ¿no? Vale, sé que tengo que ir allí, ¿vale? Pero voy a recoger minerales que... sí, minerales, que es que los necesito. Vale. Muy bien, vamos a reventar a esa gente.
Let's dance. Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
Oh, he gastado la ulti para nada.
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit. You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more with it. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey. You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Look.
Y yo gastando ultis y todo, tío.
Another test subject.
Yahoo!
You're open.
Fry.
Let's play.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal. Come on, boss. Think us. Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? With Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside? Was it stuff?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a string. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our free.
You've got a deal. Now show us what.
Huh? What the?
There's nothing in here, but...
Yeah. Oh, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. A Miss Aoi. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just...
Yeah, so we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it.
Claro, es que si tú debes mucho con los pagaré, eso es lo de los pagaré es la mayor mierda que pueden hacer, tío. Porque es como, bueno, te pongo en un pagaré y ya está. Y no, tío, eso no es una forma de pago, porque al final no lo pagan. Tienes que ir detrás de esas personas que lo paguen. No. Eso es que no se debe hacer jamás en la vida. A ver, compañera, me debes dinero.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps there's something. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost.
So that's how he was getting those emergents. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the price is
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been careful. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchased, and no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions, and if you're still curious, why don't you go ask? I see. That reminds me, most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll...
Sword? What's...
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has... Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but before you go...
But we didn't...
Information is all... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicit.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again.
Joder, todo tiene un precio. Además que de verdad, ¿eh? Todo tiene un precio. Es una mierda, pero el mundo es así. Tal y como lo conocemos ahora. ¡Ey!
What are you doing here?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were just...
Strange. I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense this sword was once wielded. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life and said to me...
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to... Can you recognize the words?
Virtue?
Virtud y
Somehow
justicia.
those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others... But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people... And the irony of all of it is... I'm incapable of being a good person, yet
another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition. Fortunately for us, you don't have... Let's go find the next poor soul.
Muy bien.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a... Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui Art. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end.
Maybe, but... Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
¡Hala!
Disciples.
Ahora me voy a convertir en discípulo del tío este. Vale.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui Art. But then we got here and overheard you talking about...
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us... You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently. And I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? Sensei's name is Domon. A name I'm sure you've all... Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to... He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master. And so, Even while training us, he continued to hone his own. But then,
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken. He says the strangest things over. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, but if I'm honest, I still have...
The Grand Narukami Shrine?
you haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is... Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens... So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going... The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both...
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Pues nada, a hacer que el tiempo vaya más deprisa. Vámonos. A las 6, ¿no? Se hace mismamente.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive just now, when Nanako was attending to him. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panicked. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looked. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If you wait...
¿Qué pasa, tío? ¿Quién es? O sea, será el tío ese que ha perdido la memoria, o sea, que está poseído, ¿no?
We won't let them get away with it.
¿Ah?
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person!
A ver, ¿quién eres?
Are you sure you're dome? Unless... I guess...
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the... And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domo. I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior? What?
Anzai? Yes, that's because I
Oh,
don't wish to see
Anzai.
Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from... But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go... Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making... Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought...
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained... Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just... Later... I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, so you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you've heard my story. You
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back.
You're saying, does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of it. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not—
Lady Yai? Is that the same—
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's what—
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has a— I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed—
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare—
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Hostia, tengo que ir al santuario este, ¿no?
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of—
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve—
No, that's not what I meant. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has to— Anyway, you should join us, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei. We, the disciples of Mikio—
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out
Madre mía, voy a pillar por banda el mapa interactivo. Madre mía. Lo voy a pillar por banda y no vea.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junior was so Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look... it was probably nothing.
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please.
As you can see, Lady Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see, though—
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter—
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed. But— yes. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it doesn't. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition—
Your school practices make Yoshi's stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an age. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady Yai, I'm not sure.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands, and only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like a certain fatally—
Poor sensei. To think he's been so—
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that... Did he follow us the whole way?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a girl? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword.
But what if one day... I put everything I had into trying to become the best. If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirate, I can't know whether I will suffer in my future. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my...
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? You can place being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't claim to So, just as I once placed my ambitions on, you are not in the same position that I was.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you. This is my promise. And
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore. Well, don't just stand there staring at me.
Pero si es que no ha hecho nada. la señorita Jae no ha hecho nada.
His disciples can take it over on his behalf.
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my the wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to the... For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
¿Qué me quieres decir?
I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Yae seems to have She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so... We can come back to it another time.
Vale, ¿ahora dónde tenemos que ir?
Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka!
Huh? Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah, short of, Ayaka.
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends.
Ooh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your,
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem...
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. Oh, but I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, you will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all...
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confident...
Vale. Teoría me llevan de nuevo a la casa de té, ¿no?
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not a
Oh, Paimon gets it! gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume... The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on, but she inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes it was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well... The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, because of this, the attitude of most people...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us...
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting a...
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi. To say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Nara, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course, we have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the shogun's sudden...
Ooh, Paimon has a question.
Oh? What would you like to...
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt Decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenge...
So...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try... For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge...
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeits...
Darn!
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the... By no means do we intend to place the... When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop...
Uf. Vale, tenemos que ir... ¿Cómo carajo salgo? Vale, por aquí. Estoy diciendo, joder, ¿cómo salgo de aquí, leñes? Vale. A ver. Tenemos que ir ahora a la tienda de pirotecnia, ¿puede ser? Como siempre, acortando camino. Ay, Dios mío. ¡Ojo! ¡Ojo! Pelea, ¿eh?
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt Decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision.
So this is the Vision Hunt Decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things... Psst! Hey, wait!
Hostia, personaje nuevo. Otro personaje nuevo, ¿eh?
Huh?
Cuidado.
There's someone trying to get our attention.
¡Ojo! ¡Ojo!
Come on, this way.
¿Quién eres? Amiga.
What's going on? Can't you... Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and watch for... Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait. Shh. If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one.
All right.
Wise choice.
What should we do now? He's already given up his... this is your fault. You're the one who stepped...
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have...
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on me.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same... Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her...
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon...
Stop it, Hanji. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people...
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a... But if I just merged straight in there by myself... So, what about if I join you instead?
Ojo, que se nos une al equipo. Se nos une al equipo, ¿eh?
For help at a fireworks shop. Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got...
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as...
Time to break him out!
Vale, es que hay que hacerlo así, tío. Vale, ¿dónde tenemos que ir? ¿Dónde tenemos que ir? Podría intentar conseguir un punto de teletransporte aquí. Vale, me voy a teletransportar rápidamente. Subimos escaleras, vamos a buscar ese teletransporte que nos hace falta. Subimos recto. Es todo recto. Sé que me he desviado del camino, ¿vale? Pero necesitaba esto. ¡Gatete! ¡Ojo! 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 Me hace falta crío. No sé yo, ¿eh? Yo estoy por ir a sí mismo, ¿eh? Yo me la juego. Me la voy a jugar, ¿eh?
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole...
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find... We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for...
You sure? All right.
Yes, you two... Yahoo! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! What is gliding me?
You must withdraw.
Talk about a big door! Seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Show me what you've got.
Aquí sí necesito a 20.
I'll protect us.
I dare you!
Boba, get them!
Don't hold back!
Brace yourself.
That thing... bested.
Joder, los muy perros no sueltan nada, tío.
Who goes there?
Yahoo! This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it.
Let's dance.
What? Forget this.
These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Here we go.
Nice and swift.
Yahoo!
Brace yourselves! Get them!
Would
Show
a
me
gliding
what
be
you've
faster?
got! I dare you! Don't hold back!
Think you can get away?
I dare you! Soldiers, quick! You must show me what you've got! I've lost! Don't hold back!
Here we go.
Allow me to strike first!
Time for
Show me
takeoff.
what you've got! I dare you!
Oh, no!
Let's play.
I need to train
Joder, cómo me
harder.
cuesta trabajito hacerme esto, ¿eh?
Don't hold back! Bested.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Hay que subir primero por aquí arriba.
Let's dance.
No me lo creo. Vale, tendré que bajar, ¿no?
Think you
Teach
can
me
get
a
away?
lesson.
I'll protect us.
Slash! Watch your step. Show me what you've got. I strike first. Don't hold back. A word. Watch yourself. Train harder. Bested.
Ready, steady, go! Let's dance.
I must withdraw.
Yahoo!
I'll protect us.
Vale.
Must be Master Masa.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torture!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masaka...
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ojo, otro personaje.
Ah, ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
Make way, let me have a look at him.
Ojo.
I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also
yes, ma'am.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. present.
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry.
Eso era su truco. Fuegos artificiales. Oh, wow.
Maybe more than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of...
This is...
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Voy a ver si hay por aquí cofres o algo. Ah, vale, es que esto es de antes, ¿no? ¿Puede ser de antes? Sí, esto era de antes. A ver.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long.
Oh, come on! We've got no time to lose! Oh.
Yes. Leave. Before I let... He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't...
Well... you can bet...
Al menos buena persona.
We're finally out of it.
Yes.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary with...
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master
Viva el alcohol. Todo se soluciona con una invitación a unos tragos.
Good thing we were able to Right, Kujosara. Do you think it seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Committee? How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good...
Muy bien, vale, ¿cómo vamos? Vale, ahora hay que volver.
I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo-Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to... If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act...
True. Though if you ask me, Master, we are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done... You're turning out to be...
Indeed. Things may have turned out, but if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, it is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have... yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making and the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning.
A ceremony, you say?
What? I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryo Commission...
Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Toma, well...
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest... Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game.
A hot pot game? What's that? Well...
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add... Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some... Let's see what we've got here. Fresh... Nice! You can't go wrong with these! Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible into the pot. Don't go wasting... This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot...
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. Even with a traveler's normal ingredients.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think that boiling cakes in hot pot...
I must apologize. To be perfect...
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not...
Es que eso le pasa por comer cosas raras.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I think my luck has already taken a turn. So without further ado, I hereby declare that...
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission truly is as busy with prepper and with the extra time, there are some other
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komori Tea House. Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori Tea House.
Terminamos esto, perfecto, genial, genial, genial. Oh, maravilloso.